Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Oh my gosh. It was I don't even want to say it was a long night. It was a short night because the struggle is real. It is real, but I told y'all last week that I cannot have a year in review telling me that I went to CrossFit literally 64 times. That's not going to work. So, and according to the analytics, my favorite day to go was on Monday. So I'm like, you know what? If that's in me to go to CrossFit on Monday, then Monday it is. We at least will show up on Monday. So here we are, showing up. I'm awake now. I don't feel, yeah, I'm awake. I'll just say that. Let's just start with that. I am awake. So, yeah. And I tried my darndest to try to go to bed sooner, but yeah, what I should have done is one of my other favorite, like, youthful YouTubers that I like to watch. I say youthful because they're all, like, I think I'm almost 12 years older than all of these young ladies, but they're all amazing content creators, and they've been in the YouTube game for like over a decade or longer. And so there's a set of twins that I really like to watch. They're Shelby Church Vlogs, but she also has a main channel, and then oh my gosh, Monica Church, which anyways, if you just want to see what they're up to, you can check them out. Both of them have recently got into real estate, but I've been watching them, I think, since 2016 or 17. So I feel like I've kind of watched them grow up. But let me tell you something. These young ladies, they know what they're doing. And so Shelby Church last night, I always watch YouTube on television with very specific YouTubers because the way that they edit their content is things that I actually want to watch. I don't want to just like listen to in the background. And so she had been talking about getting a podcast or doing a podcast for a really long time. And she's like, guys, this is a podcast. I'm doing it. I'm uploading it. And I realized, like, just in listening to her sharing her goals and stuff, I forget that YouTube has podcast studio. And so it kind of made me think this is the whole point of me sharing this. Is I'm like, do I want to record on YouTube and then upload it and make it available for you guys right away? I'm not quite sure. Or do I want to go my other route where I have to use Riverside and then upload it to Spotify podcast? I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of indecisive because, see, when I got into podcasting in 2020, it was kind of like, I don't want to say the Stone Ages, but everything was like on the cusp. So it was so different. You would just record into the platform that you were using and basically upload it. But if you wanted to cross over to YouTube, you still had to upload it there. YouTube didn't even have an actual menu spot to be like, oh, I want to upload a podcast. Whereas that's the norm now. So it has me thinking, I'm like, I could just go ahead and upload the podcast there and then upload it in another spot later. I don't know. I'm just playing around with the idea. I'm thinking of a lot of things with the challenge coming up, the 45 days challenge for those of you that want a shorter one, but 75-day challenge for myself. And I'm just trying to decide, how could I throw in a weekly podcast? This is something I've been playing around with in my mind. And so when I saw that Shelby Church I ended up watching her first podcast episode instead of one of her regular vlogs that she does, it was still good, but it was different because I'm so used to her really recording and vlogging, and that's more of her style. But I appreciate that she's just like, you know what, I'm not going to over edit, I'm not going to do all this extra stuff. I need to just go ahead and do this podcast like I said I was going to and she was sharing how she enjoys podcasts normally when she's walking, just doing things. And for me, I enjoy podcasts whenever I'm cooking or doing like cleaning routines or something like that. I just like to play them in the background and just kind of check in on whatever's going on. Now, the thing is that I typically don't, this is the funny part, as a solo podcaster, I'm like, I don't typically listen to solo podcasts. I don't, and I do. It really depends on the person and the content of what they're providing, and whether or not I can manage to listen to that every week or every day or whatever the case may be. It really just depends. A lot of the channels or the podcast channels that I've attempted to listen to, or I've like popped in and listened to, they're typically women, motivational, and a lot of it is around like fitness. And it's not that I want to listen to fitness, it's just that I follow these young ladies on Instagram and they just happen to have a podcast. For me, I think, again, you guys already know I'm motivated on my own. So it's hard for me to listen to things that I already feel like I'm doing well in. However, if I feel like I'm struggling in something and I want to grow in that area and I need more motivation or discipline or guidance or whatever, then I'll listen to that type of content. But I just haven't found a solo podcast channel that's a little bit more well-rounded for my liking, that I would actually show up and listen to every single week. Now, I do listen to other podcast channels that are more commentary based, and again, those are kind of, I don't listen to those every week either. They're all kind of in seasons for me. And the more I think about it, and again, listening to Shelby, it made me realize, like, maybe I'm not the only one that's just kind of popping in and listening to what I want to hear. And so I hope when I do my podcast channel, I want to kind of expand upon not just the 75-day challenge, but I want a place where I can keep track of my goals in a way where I'm checking in with myself, but also sharing with you all, because my goals that I have are primarily business goals, and business and kind of personal. I'll be doing a video recording today. You guys will see it sooner by the time this is uploaded for you guys. I'll be doing a recording on my vision board, my digital vision board. That's what it was. I decided to do the digital vision board last night, which I don't think was a bad decision. I really needed to do it. I'll just say that. But I'd been struggling trying to find the right digital board that I wanted to use. And then after I got it done, it was super easy to do it. Let me just say that. But secondly, I went down the rabbit hole of like, do I want to make this a wallpaper on my phone? So my wallpapers have been, don't laugh, my screensaver? I think my screensaver was Bruno Mars, but my wallpaper was my grandmother. She's no longer with us, but for a long time I couldn't figure out how to get Bruno off. So I never changed it, and my mom and Nana would be like, so you have Bruno and then you have your grandmother, and I'm like, I haven't taken the time to figure out how to change this. So then I went down the rabbit hole of actually changing those things last night. And now I have my mom and I, my grandma and I, and my Nana and I all on my wallpaper. It's so much better that way. And so now, no, not my wallpaper, my screensaver. And now my wallpaper is my digital vision board. And I like that. A big shout out to Dee over at LaSure TV, because she was like, yeah, I have it as a wallpaper. And we were messaging each other, and I was like, I never thought of that. And another YouTuber that I watch, Traces of Twan's Life, She's on a GLP-1 medication journey. She's coming up on her 2-year anniversary. She's such a like amazing, kind-hearted, sweet person. But anyways, it was her that kind of mentioned this idea of doing a digital vision board. Or not her idea. A lot of YouTubers are doing that. But it was the way she explained it that I was like, oh, I think I can do that. So that's what I opted to do. And then it was her that mentioned that she put it as a wallpaper. And I thought, I can do that. That'll be nice because then I have my goals kind of like right there. I can look at them every single day as a reminder. So again, I'll be sharing that with you guys tomorrow. I don't know if I'll hop back on anymore today, but I'm getting ready to go to CrossFit and I'm right on time. So I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. All right, guys. So I just finished recording my vision board video, but I felt like I needed to come back and talk to you guys after going to CrossFit this morning. So let me tell you, because I shared in my, I think in my YouTuber shorts that I made it. It was a big deal that I made it. First off, I barely had any sleep, but I made it. I ended up having to take a nap because I was practically seeing stars after I ate breakfast and showered, and literally my face was glammed up and I was on the couch like this, like knocked out. But so let me just say this. I had been going to the 8:30 when I first started. I was going to 8:30 class. And to be fair and transparent, I was kind of struggling going to that class for a number of different reasons. In 2024, because I was like, I had so many injuries, it just worked out that I was kind of in and out of CrossFit anyway. But I also am the person that even though I belong to like my box here, I also visit other CrossFits when I travel. And my family and friends kind of know like that's my thing. And last year I was so excited. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to one in Seattle. I went to one in Indianapolis. And then the sciatica thing happened. And then I couldn't do any of that. And I have not did any more travel CrossFit since then. But there were some things that I learned in going to these other CrossFit boxes or whatever. And basically, I found that I really didn't care what people thought. I was not self-conscious. I was not anything. I was just like, I'm coming in, I'm going to work out, and I'm going to go to the conference or whatever I was there for, or spend time with family or whatever. And I found that I really needed to channel that when I came home to go to my own CrossFit. And I really needed to figure out like what's the real trigger. And part of the trigger was like going to the 8:30 class. I went at the time, there were a lot of women that were mothers. I'm not a mother anymore, if that makes sense. I'm not in a parent guardian role. And in that point of my life and journey, that was something that I was really struggling and kind of grappling with. But I feel like between the injuries and going to other boxes, and then our own box went through some things themselves. We lost a coach last year, and I was actually out of town. And this was a coach that I really enjoyed his coaching. God rest his soul. But we lost a coach, and I was actually home. I was in San Antonio when this happened, and one of the other coaches from the gym was like, oh, we're going to set up a Zoom so you guys can join in for those of you out of town, and to basically be a part of the memorial process or be a part of the memorial ceremony. And you know what? Being on that Zoom with like 15, 20 other people and seeing how everybody came together for this coach, it just made me realize like maybe I'm a little guarded and maybe people actually do care about my well-being. And unfortunately, it took the injury, it took the loss of a coach, it took me going to other boxes, it took my own healing to kind of realize like actually people do care. Because all of us that weren't here locally in Arizona at the time, the fact that we all got on that Zoom, And then people that were physically at the memorial were like, hey, oh my gosh, you guys are here. Like, and it wasn't like they were just acknowledging me, they were acknowledging everybody on the call. It was like people genuinely care. And I feel like because of things that I had experienced, I was so jaded by people that I just was like, no, I have to be guarded. I have to protect myself. And if I don't, like something's going to happen to me. And the reality is like, no, people actually care. And when I showed up to class this morning, it was really very heartfelt. And the people that always spoke to me when I went to the gym and I would say hi and I would just kind of go in, do what I need to do, and then just bounce, like these same people, they like came up, they gave me a hug, they're like, Dee, where have you been, how's it going, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, I was injured and I was going to 3 o'clock class and I was traveling a lot. And they're like, we're just so happy to see you. And then the same individuals that typically didn't talk to me, guess what, they didn't talk to me. And I'm like, and I didn't have to talk to them either. And I'm not saying that to be like negative, but it was just like, I honestly had to go through this last year of things in order to get to the point of like, no, you don't need to run from the 8:30 class. You can do it. You need to go to 8:30 class. And part of why I wanted to go to CrossFit in the first place was so I could meet other people outside of work and meet other people outside of being a parent guardian. And because up until that point in my life, when I joined the gym, it's almost been 2 years in May. Everyone I met at that point was from work or from being a parent guardian. And it's like, I'm more than just those two roles. I'm a whole other person that has hobbies. I like to exercise. I like to be around people. I just want to be able to connect. And it was just something about like just talking with people and hanging out, before class and during class, and reconnecting in those relationships. So I felt like I wanted to like document that and share that with you guys. And it was just it was healing for me. Healing that I didn't know that I needed, but I got it. So anyways, in between CrossFit, taking my cat nap, y'all already know I'm back to work. It's my first day back remotely, but I've gotten half of my to-do list done, half of what I was planning to get done today. I'm going to work on my proposal that I need to turn in for a grant tonight, and y'all know I'm going to be checking on that paper too, because I didn't check on it yesterday. I surely did not, because I didn't want to, but I'm going to look at the paper. I need to do my attendance for class anyway. And yeah, so that's what I have planned for this wonderful Monday. I might hop on tomorrow when I'm driving to work. I might not. I don't know. But it might be a couple of days before I catch up with you guys on the vlog. I don't want to make this like a 45, 60-minute video, so I need to be mindful of like how often I'm chatting. But in between time, because this is the weekly vlog, you guys will be able to see, I'll be sure to upload in my post or shorts when I work out. So I hope to make it to CrossFit tomorrow. We'll see. It's going to be a very interesting day scheduling wise, but we'll see. So I will talk with you guys later. I don't have anything new. The only thing I do need to do is I need to deal with all of this stuff. So I need to also message Dee and ask for her address so I can mail all of the things from December. That's the only main thing I have left is my office is just, it's too much. It's team too much. And I cannot disclose why, but you guys will know soon enough, like what's going on. But yeah, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Good morning, you guys. Happy Tuesday. As you can see, I'm in my car and I look cute, which means I am en route to work today. So I need to put on some like lipstick, or I don't even know. What is this? It's like a lipstick. Y'all see me put it on all the time. It's Fendi. Y'all know it's Fendi. Oh, I just love this color. I love all of these colors that she has. Anyways, how am I doing on this fine Tuesday? Did I go to CrossFit this morning? No. By now, you guys have seen my goals in terms of what I'm trying to accomplish with my vision board, and sleep is one of my challenges. But actually, I'm gonna have to pause this and come back to y'all because I gotta pray before I get on this road. Okay, I'm back. Before I hit the road, I always have to pray, because if you have ever commuted in your life, even if you're commuting by train, I don't care, you got to pray over yourself and for the people around you in whatever vehicle that you're traveling in, because you just never know. But anyways, so the agenda for today at work is going to be sitting for 5-6 hours. Yay! Yeah, I'm being facetious. I'm not really excited about sitting. I'm not excited about sitting at all, actually. I'm more annoyed that I have to sit all day and also drive. Not so much driving, but it's just like my whole day is just sitting, which is not good for your health at all. Which leads to my last point. So I'm pretty sure that once we are released to go, I'm probably looking at this car going, really? You coming out a little hot. I want to leave right away, and I feel like I tell y'all that every time. I want to leave right away. But I really do want to leave right away, because in CrossFit today, it's deadlift day. And if you know anything about me and deadlifting, I really like to deadlift. Like, it's just one of my favorite things to do. Probably because I learned or discovered that I'm very strong in doing it. And any chance that I can get to practice, I want to do it, basically. So, yeah, that's my motivation to get home so I can basically go to CrossFit deadlift tonight. That's the intention. Otherwise, also, I have to look at the paper today. I cannot avoid it any longer. And I'm not going to say I've been avoiding it. It's just procrastination. And actually, it's a combination of things. It's not so much procrastination. I should stop saying that. I was listening to a podcast this morning when I was getting ready, and I just have to share this with you guys. But it was really interesting because this coach was talking about the younger generation, talking about, I think, Gen Zers, young millennials, and just a lot of people looking lost, or lazy, but really they're not lazy. They're just lost and kind of numb, and they just don't have any real guidance on what to do, and just all the information that's out there kind of saturating this younger group that they just can't see past the clouds. And part of the confusion is they don't really have purpose. They don't really have drive. They haven't always experienced, especially the kids that had a lot of helicoptering type of parents, so they don't really understand failure, like that's part of life. There's a lot of combination of things, but what I took away from the call or from the podcast was basically procrastination is not so much that you're just a lazy person, but part of it is there's confusion and lack of clarity. And I had to really think about that, and I'm still kind of processing it right now, because I'm like, I am not confused on what I want to do. I lack clarity on how to get there. And no matter how much I read that dang on handbook that my chair keeps referring me back to reading, that's not really, like, we're not really following that to the T. And so that causes confusion, which then delays my behavior in wanting to interface with the paper, because I don't have real true clarity. It's just chaos. And so it's this feeling That's not really what we're following. We're following the chair's rules. And that's hard when you're following someone else's rules, but you don't really know the expectation. That's not just hard, but it's exhausting. It's very exhausting. And for me, it's very triggering because I don't like functioning in that kind of chaos. And I feel like that's part of the avoidant behavior is I'm like, I don't like feeling like this. This is annoying. Just be straightforward and not passive aggressive straightforward. Just be straightforward and follow the book. Follow the handbook. Anyways, so I will be facing the paper tonight because I have to and I need to, and I will get it done. And I also have a couple of things that I need to work on to prepare for class next week. And then the weather is calling for snow for our area. So I might not be traveling to campus tomorrow if we have weather. Just because we're dropping into the 20s tonight. And I know for those of you that live in colder climates, you're like, why is that a big deal? Listen, you don't want people in southern sunny Arizona driving on icy or snow or sleet, even if we have a lot of snowbirds. The rest of us, that are not snowbirds, don't need to be in any of that weather. Trust me when I tell you that. We don't have the equipment, we don't have the materials, we're lacking a lot of things to be able to endure that kind of weather. And something that's been happening in the last 5 years or so, 6, 7 years, we legitimately get about 3 to 5 winter days. Like, we get snow, and more than just like our mountains getting snow, we're actually getting snow. And we're considered like high desert where we're at, but we actually get snow. And they're actually having to use, at minimum, one of the snow days for school. This was the first Christmas in probably 5 years that there wasn't any snow. So, yeah, that kind of weather is normal. So I feel like winter has very much been delayed for us, even our electric bill. Because my husband was like, our electric bill was only like $160-some. I said, I know. It hasn't been cold yet. That's the problem. But as soon as it gets cold, then you got to run your heat and all of that, and you're basically freezing. So, anyways, shouts out to those of you shoveling. If you have not checked out Dee over at LaSure TV, I'm trying to remember. Y'all will have to go back and see the video she posted Monday. Guys, I was ill prepared. A, for her to be shoveling in the snow, and B, to be talking to us in the snow. But most importantly, C, the content of the conversation. All I have to say is knee pads. That's it. Listen, I'm a nice little wholesome channel. I don't go that far. But Dee was actually talking about her book. God forgive me, I can't remember the name of it, but she went live talking about this book, and basically she followed up and was talking about the snowstorm and just her dear husband segment. I was like, girl, you need to go ahead and do a series. I know I've been married for like 1,000 years, but the dear husband series, I would be here for it because I just want to hear it. It just sounds fun and entertaining. And to be quite honest, I would just ask my husband, like, what are your thoughts on these questions? Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm not sure if I'll check back in. Maybe I'll get some B-roll of me and CrossFit today, or perhaps tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. But I'll try not to get another car chronicle of me just driving and talking. But I'll try to get some B-roll of like some action going on in my life, so you guys can see more of the behind the scenes. Maybe I'll do like a quick study with me or work with me hour. I don't know, but I wouldn't play it for a full hour. That's too long to be watching somebody work. Don't nobody got time for that. So, anyways, aside from that, I think as far far as going live again, I would like to go live in the near future. And I'm still kind of figuring out for sure. I know that Dee and I over at Lisher TV talked about going live on Sundays. That still seems to be true. We have not like zeroed down on a time because we are both in 2 different time zones. And that can be challenging for a variety of reasons, because when I'm kind of like, I don't know, not starting my day, but kind of in the groove of my day, it's dinner time for everybody else. So it may not be realistic to, not dinner time, but preparing dinner. But then again, she might go live while cooking. I don't know. So, anyways, I will chat with you guys later. I've got some bills to pay, as they say, because I'm sure YouTube is going to drop a commercial of some sort. But anyways, I gotta get on the road. I gotta do what I gotta do. So I actually have some friends that I need to catch up with, and I honestly want to finish listening to this podcast. So I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey guys, so I wanted to just come on really quickly. It's freezing. I'm not gonna be like Dee, bleeping myself out with all of my random things. But it's snowing where I live, so I thought I would do a quick recording. This is probably going to be like a quick commercial break in my video, but I hope y'all are having a great day. It's Wednesday where I'm at. I did not commute into work because of the weather. So, yeah, you don't want folks from Southern Arizona driving in this weather. So, anyways, have a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. It's been a busy day. No CrossFit for me today. I had a really important meeting at 9 o'clock this morning, so I cannot disclose yet. But I have some reprieve because for work, so I already have a grant that I'm managing myself in our elementary ed faculty, but there was another grant when I was working at my college that I was not managing. I wasn't PI on, project investigator, whatever they call it. And basically the individual that was managing it is no longer working there, and so the folks that provided this funding wanted us to propose what are we going to do with the funding. So I had provided a proposal last summer. It was declined. So I had to do another proposal today. So when I am not working on the doctorate, I swear I'm writing something else. So I just finished doing the proposal, which also included budgeting, which I'm good at budgeting and finances, like my own budget, but it's just different when you're having to figure out a budget for a grant. But I'm just thankful. I just got off the phone with my colleague and I was like, girl, I need you to read this. Tell me if it's good. Just if you can turn it around and get it to me tomorrow morning, that would be amazing. So then that way I can submit this thing and not have to worry about it and move on to other tasks that I have going on. But I did meet with my chair, and it was not a terrible meeting. It was actually good. It was productive. And the only thing was like, oh, well, do you have these other areas done? Which I did have them done. But because okay, so you guys remember before I went on Christmas break, I submitted everything to my chair, right? And I thought I was going to get the review based off of what I had already submitted before we went on break. Well, then she canceled our meeting. So the draft that she received before we went on break, she just barely looked at it today. So in my mind, which is why I have not worked on it anymore, because I'm like, I'm going to have to do revisions anyway. So if I have to do revisions anyway, I might as well wait, get her feedback, and then I will do the feedback, revisions, and then add these other sections and then go from there. So the only thing is I apparently do not have a committee member on file formally. So she was stressing that I needed to get this done. And I'm like, I did not want to say, I decided to be professional today because it's a good day. And I was like, I swear I asked these questions because I am a person that likes to ask questions for clarity, understanding, and all the things. And I know for a fact when I met with this committee member over 6 months ago, I'm like, is there anything else I need to do? I was told no. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, no, you were supposed to submit this paperwork with your advisor. Well, how was I supposed to know that? Matter of fact, I know I asked that question. So now I'm under a different kind of pressure of like, your committee member needs to review this. And if it doesn't get reviewed, then it's going to be considered you're not passing this course. And I'm just like, of course, of course. Even though I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere and I'm pretty sure my chair stated to me that the committee member doesn't review everything until you're done with chapter 3. Well, I'm in the chapter 2 course for a third time. Can only do it up to 3 times before they're like, no, you have to get this done. So I'm like, technically, I feel like I'm being manipulated. That's what it boils down to. I don't know what it is. And this is probably why I'm like kind of not my normal high energy self. But I just don't, I just prefer people to be clear about their expectations and stick with it. Don't be passive aggressive when you flip the script or you forgot that you said something. Like, own the thing and then move on. And I feel like some of the professional women that I work with that are not my age, and they are not Gen Xers, so I think y'all know where I'm going with this. They kind of just like, they get underneath my skin in different ways. So, anyways, aside from that, I have some ideas on what I think I'm going to do, and I would love to hear what you guys think about this. So, many years ago, I was working with a content strategist, and that's another story for another day. Maybe, no, I don't know if I can do a video on this. I don't know if I can. Obviously, I would never mention names or anything like that, but this is another one of those, like the video that was released today, like should I be charging more for book events? This is another one of those like entrepreneurial, like lesson learned stories. And so I would say I probably could do a video and not feel like I'm breaking this person down. That's not the intent. But I just think that people that are solo entrepreneurs that contract out, that there are a lot of things that are unspoken and they're not talked about. And so I don't mind sharing the things that I've endured, just like other solo entrepreneurs have shared with me, to just kind of prepare me for the things that are going to come when you're the sole like proprietor of your business. I have those stories. So maybe I'll save that for another day. Maybe I'll like stop this recording and then record that, and then I'll share that next week. We'll see. But anyways, the one thing that she kept stressing was like, you need a product. You need a product. You need something to sell. And I'm like, I got into this because I needed help with a website development and marketing my first business, Outback Learning LLC. And I do have a master's in management, so that means I had to take some business courses. I'm not like completely clueless about business. The thing is, when I took the business courses, social media is not what it is. What it was then is not what it is today. So that's a big part of marketing and business today. I've since then learned a lot. Plus, like, there's just a lot of resources. So this was a person I was paying, and she's like, you need a product. So I was like, all right, I'm very goal oriented. And I'm going to tell you why I brought this product back out for myself. Is because between my vision board and the projects that I have to do at work, which I have a lot of projects in my everyday career life, if that makes any sense. Um, and I was having a moment of like, I just feel like I have so much I need to do, and I only have between now and like mid May to get it done. And I think also the fact that I've been sitting in meetings for 2 days, by yesterday, I had to sit on the couch in my office and just close my eyes because my head started throbbing. And I'm not a person that suffers from headaches, but my head was like, it was throbbing. And I literally had to take some leave, which again, I'm not one that suffers from headaches, but when I do, they're typically tension and they're typically like from stress. Anyways, so I realized I was like, you know what? I need to pull out the goal development plan. I need to apply my own product to my own life. And so this product was created, I think, in 2021. And I've never sold a single one of them. I've only shared it with like one of my friends. I want to say with my illustrator and my creative partner. 3 people in total. No, there's one other person. She reviewed it too. So I created this whole thing, like the graphics and all. Can you tell? It's Canva. But I was thinking to myself, I should just do a whole series about this goal development plan and follow it and share it with you guys and basically say like, how am I doing? And this will help me know as an entrepreneur if this is a good product that I could use, not just for myself, but to be able to share with other people. And then perhaps developing something if I need to add or take something away. So I think I'm going to be my own beta trial of my own product. Now, the funny thing about goal developing, the GDP, is I was raised to write goals since I was a kid. And so I had to basically, when I developed this, it was kind of a stretch because there's a lot of steps in developing goals that I didn't necessarily do. Because I'm such a task-oriented person, spelling out every single thing doesn't always make sense to me, but I am finding the more goals or the more things I need to accomplish, the more I need to break down the task to make it more manageable. So then I can block time in my schedule to ensure that I actually achieve the goal. So I don't know. I thought I would share that with you guys, and that's what's going on in my mind in current time. And so I'm gonna do a whole goal development series, and since we've already did the digital vision boards, why not do the goal plan itself and go from there? That's what I think I'm gonna do. So that's what I have going on a Thursday. I'm waiting for an important call, but other than that, that's all I got going on today. I don't go in tomorrow. I do have some meetings, and yeah, that's what I have going on. So I hope y'all are having a great day. And if I don't come back on today, I will probably come back on Friday or Saturday. And you guys will see this video on Sunday. So you'll see like a whole week of what's been going on in my life. So anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Take care. Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. I don't think I've been on here since Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't even know. Maybe Thursday. No, it was Thursday. I didn't hop on yesterday. It's a busy day for me. I'm actually heading back home. I'm about to eat some breakfast. and drop some stuff off. I think either donations, continuous decluttering. I know you guys are like, how much more decluttering can this girl do? I can do a lot, okay? But yesterday it just got super busy. I was actually remote, but just to bring you guys up to speed, I had to do an amended grant proposal, and I think I mentioned that to you guys, but I met the deadline, so that got done. And I had the elementary education faculty look over it to make sure it looked good. And she was like, everything looked great, including the numbers. So I'm like, yay, thank God. So got that submitted. Had a 2.5 hour meeting yesterday. Yeah, 2.5 hour meeting on Zoom. Thankfully, I didn't have a headache at the end. Thank God, because that's typically happened where my head starts throbbing because there's just so much information and so much going on in those meetings. But I don't know, I think part of it was I went in with a plan. And for those of you that are in higher education, we have or those of you not in higher education, we have what's called Faculty Senate. And the whole point of having Senate is to have a shared governance with the board and with the college and all the things. And sometimes these meetings can become very contentious and stressful, and a lot of it really depends. And like anything else, when you have a Senate or you have 19 people on a call and everybody has a voice, or some people don't have a voice because they don't want to say anything, it can just make for a long meeting. So thankfully we did vote on 2 items, so I feel like it was productive in that sense. There have been plenty of times where we've had meetings and we didn't vote on a single thing, but I've learned when we go through that agenda, and if we have things that we need to vote on, I'm like, dude, we're gonna vote today. I don't care if we gotta go 10 minutes over. We need to vote today. So thankfully that happened. We got 2 items voted on, and it seems like there's a collective consensus of like we're still kind of unsure what we're doing. And so we need to have better goals or better perspective of like what we're doing as a faculty body and as a division. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes, and life will move on from there. But aside from that, I turned in the proposal, and then I talked with the elementary ed faculty for a little bit yesterday, and I talked to a really good friend of mine. My cousin called me, and the funny part through the meeting, this was wild. I literally was like texting with 5 different people, technically 6, because y'all know I was messaging D over at LeSure TV. So yeah, there was just like a lot of messaging back and forth, but we were on Zoom. It didn't really matter. And yeah. But aside from that, this weekend is a really big weekend. And after this clip, or after this video, there will be another video clip that I recorded the other day. And so you guys will have a better idea of what's really been going on in my life and why I feel like at times I've been very ambiguous about what I've been doing. So I hope you guys have stuck around to hear that part. But I'm really excited. So anyways, I'm going to hop off of here. I need to get home, eat breakfast, make a cup of coffee. Well, the funny thing is I drink decaf coffee. I cannot handle caffeine. Caffeine makes me extremely jittery to the point where it's not good for me. So, I'll be making a cup of coffee, and my main focus today is to stay out of people's people's way. So I've tasked myself with little jobs of decluttering and hauling stuff to the Goodwill and calling it a day. So anyways, y'all have a great day, have an amazing night and a good morning, and I will catch you guys next week during the next week of the weekly vlog. That didn't even sound right. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next weekly vlog. Look out for my Tuesday and Thursday videos, which Tuesday we're getting all hyped up for the 45-day challenge, aka 75-day challenge for myself. So you guys already know that I am going to be working through the goal development plan with you all. I think I want to hear from the people first before I just make this whole series. And I hope the goal development plan, along with the series, the 75 days, will be enough to like kind of keep everybody encouraged during the challenge, and how we can stay track on our goals and identifying those projects we want to be doing during the 45 days or 75 days, depending on what you choose to do. And then Thursday, I think I am doing lessons of like an entrepreneur series. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to call it. So, because last week I posted, or this past week I posted, should I be charging more for book signing events? So I feel like there's some things that I have learned as an entrepreneur, solo entrepreneur at that I feel like I could do a little mini series for you guys and support and provide some support for those entrepreneurs that are out there that are new to the game. I have been in this entrepreneur streets. This is my 6th year. So, yeah, I've got like a little bit of credibility in the streets. But anyways, I will talk with y'all later. And like I said, the big reveal is coming after this clip. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay. No, it's good. This is a gift from my realtor. Yes. I'm good at. I should have done this. Here we go. Smells good. Oh, I know I smelled something. Warm apple candle.
So good.
Oh.
Some caramels.
And some caramels. And we have no place for this trash as of yet. So
We're going to take it with us.
we're going to take this trash with us because we have no place to put it. But we bought a new home. Welcome home to us.